Now, a Michigan woman is suing Target for racial profiling. Now, the story, of course, comes from Detroit's WXYZ, and they're reporting that Ashanea Davis was at a Target location in Southfield, Michigan, when loss prevention officers decided to accost her while she was leaving the store. Now, I mean, wonder why. Oh, right. It's because she was black. Now, the officers basically accused her of stealing. They thought that she was stealing clothes. Now, the officers handcuffed her and took her back into a back room, and they forced her to show that she wasn't wearing a bikini that they assumed that she stole underneath her clothing. To obtain her freedom, WXYZ reports, she had to pull up her skirt with two male employees at Target to prove she hadn't stolen a bikini top, and then had to pull down her pants to prove she hadn't stolen a bikini bottom. And only then would they actually let her leave. Now, Davis told the Detroit ABC affiliate that the incident was, quote, very humiliating. Well, no kidding. First, they assume that you are stealing stuff, and then you had to go physically show them. These people who are not law enforcement officers, these weren't police officers, these were loss prevention officers. They have literally no authority, but they handcuffed her anyway. I mean, how does this happen in America where a private corporation can handcuff you and force you to reveal your clothing, your underwear? This is insanity. Now, one more quote here from Davis. She said, "At first I was in shock, of course. Then I felt degraded. It was sad. I was very upset." Now, look, this is what black people talk about when they talk about discrimination, when they talk about unfair treatment, and when you talk about white privilege. You think a white lady is going to be handcuffed, put in a bathroom, and hey, show me your underwear to make sure that you weren't stealing it? No, this does not happen. Okay, and of course, going to racial profiling. Why was she targeted in the first place? There was no indication that she stole a bikini. No, she was racially profiled. And, of course, also could be because the employee in question might have been a perv and wanted to see her in her underwear. I don't know. But I think it's a combination of probably both. But how devastatingly embarrassed would this be if it happened to you? Handcuffed and forced to reveal your underwear. No. Now, Davis and her legal team, which includes Rand and attorney Morris Davis, now intend to sue Target Corporation with claims of racial and gender discrimination. Now, my opinion on that is going to be a little bit controversial. Now, in a statement, Target apologized for the alleged profiling and announced the termination of one employee directly involved in the incident. So, they fired one person. They should probably fire the other who didn't intervene to stop this. But I'm going to be honest, I don't see how this is Target's fault. And they don't have a company policy that says racially profile black people. And if they do, well, that's different. But look, they got rid of the employee. They issued an apology. I don't... Why the lawsuit against the corporation itself? Again, it's not like they allowed it. Now, if it does come out later that this employee did have other complaints against him and a history of profiling and doing similar things, and then they still did not discipline him, well, then that might be different, and I would definitely change my opinion, because then the company could be held accountable for continuing the employment of this person despite numerous complaints. So I think there needs to be more facts in this, and I think, look, if there is a lawsuit that happens, and it's looking very likely, well, then that would end up revealing that too. But we can all agree, of course, I think, that this woman was victimized, and that we as a country should really, I think we should have a conversation about bias, implicit bias. So, because we need to talk about the fact that there's a lot of people that deal with this situation and get no justice at all. And more importantly, we need to listen to the community and understand what they're going through and then work together to solve these problems of implicit bias. Because racism is not going away on its own. That bias that these employees have against black people, it's not going away. So we have to actually do something about it. And I think that starts with a conversation. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.